Don't overspend with me, Christian Shreve. 60 seconds, I'll save you $1,000.
Renter's insurance. Those of you who live in an apartment should have renter's insurance. It protects your stuff, even if it's in your car, even if you're traveling, even if it's in a storage facility. If you don't have it, you're vulnerable. If you have anything that's really expensive, something that should be appraised and added separately, I'm talking art, I'm talking jewelry, I'm talking something like $4,000 or above generally, you want to have an appraisal. Well, I keep it in a safe deposit box. Okay, but a lot of people will have something, and then if you watch any of the shows about collecting or picking or things like that, something can be worth $1,300 this year, and it can be worth $11,000 in 2 years. If you get anywhere close, you want to hire an appraiser, and you want to have them do like an hourly wage, not piece by piece by piece. You can pay a lot of money that way. You want to make sure that you have about $100,000 minimal if you're low risk. If you don't have a dog that's on the prejudice list, like a pit bull or a Rottweiler, there are companies that won't do that because of their reputation. And in fairness, yeah, is a Chihuahua more likely to bite than most pit bulls? Sure. Is a Dalmatian, which was number one for years in bites, more likely to bite than a pit bull or Rottweiler? A lot of times, yes. But if a pit bull bites you, you have major reconstructive damage. So there are companies like AAA that are fantastic, but they're prejudiced against the breed. You want to find out first. You don't want to have more than $100,000 worth of. That's the minimum. That's the bottom number, folks. Bottom number. $100,000. Your apartments want you to keep that for liability. But if you're high risk, if you have big dogs, maybe they're not going to bite somebody. Maybe they'll roll somebody over running down the sidewalk. Go up to $500,000. If you have the intention of having a social event, hopefully you have quality insurance. You can call in and say, this month I want $1 million. I'm raising it. And then move it back the next month if you don't want to pay for it. Fine, but cover your butt. And this is the way to do it. Make these coverages fluid to match your needs. I've had somebody with a renter's policy get off the phone with me because they had to go up on the roof where their sons were playing baseball with rocks. If you're high risk, have more coverage. If you're having social events, have more coverage. These policies are relentlessly cheap. And yes, if you bundle them with auto or home, sometimes it can pay for all of the renter's policy. Recently, within the past couple of weeks, I've written policies where they'll have their auto, they add the renter's policy. The renter's policy is going to deduct $140 off their auto. But their renter's insurance only costs $106. It pays for itself and then lowers it. It's my job to make sure that you're getting the best deal. It's your insurance agent's job to make sure that you're being protected. That's on their license. That's the responsibility. And again, you want to check the claim history. If you're moving into a place and they say, we've got our own no-name insurance, I'm not doing that. I'm not advising that you have no-name insurance. You get a quality insurance company. You get one you know the name of. You check whether or not they pay their claims, and you get proper renter's insurance. And here's one other thing about renter's insurance. There's something called loss of use. Loss of use is on all homeowners policies, but it literally means the loss of use of. Now, you may not be in a fire area, but whether or not you have a home, condo, rental, you're renting, whatever it is, you're competing with resources from the fires in California. You are. Even if you're not in California. They're backed up tens of thousands of homes. I think at this point we might be over 50,000. You're competing with those resources. Now let's say you're not dealing with that, but a company has found a problem with their wiring. They need you out for 6 weeks. Does the apartment complex let you off rent? No. No. You have to pay your rent. You signed a contract, and you have to pay to live somewhere. Loss of use is the number on the policy that gives you the money to pay your rent and pays you to stay somewhere else. And if you are in a claim situation and you have to do an evacuation, call your insurance company. I had a lady call me last summer during fire season. She'd been living in her car for 6 days. She had a good renter's policy. She had loss of use. She could have been staying in a hotel. Let us do our job, folks. We're here for you.